All right. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome this morning to the podcast. It's a wonderful day in the USA. There's some great information for you today. You're going to learn some good stuff. I'm telling you. Good morning. This is Dr. Joe Black. I'm your host here at the On Point Podcast. Welcome today. We're going to help you get your financial point across. And listen, today, got a great guest. Great information I'm going to share with you today about finding your financial purpose, talking about a transformational challenge that's going on, and wonderful. Just want to remind you, though, that last week we found out that the book Joseph Building Your Financial Literacy is on the Walmart platform. So you can just put in Dr. Joseph Blake Jr. and you can pick up the book now on Walmart. So you can go to Amazon to pick up the book. Now you can also go to Walmart and pick up the book as well. So pick it up. It's things are moving. So make sure you get the chance to pick up the copy of the book. When you see me, if you see me out and about, then Goodyear Phoenix, I'll sign the book for you. It's my purpose in life. My purpose in life, and I found it, through the school that we're going to be talking about here shortly. Let me bring my son. My namesake was I'm my dad's namesake, and then my son is my namesake. He got his own namesake too. But then let me bring my young man on here. Joseph, you there?
I'm here.
All right. How you doing today, son?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Okay. Awesome. How my grandkids doing?
Oh, they doing good. They run around the house cutting up.
Cutting up, huh? Oh, okay. All right. Awesome here. All right. So my son here, he's in the real estate. He's had a great real estate opportunities opening up for him. Tell him a little bit what you got opening up there, son.
Yeah. Currently, I have two rental properties. I'm actually in the process of transitioning one into a commercial pet boarding facility. So going through the process of getting the permits with the county and getting funding for it. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. See, even in times like now, like they mentioned that last month there was only 22,000 jobs that are open up. But there's also always opportunities to create a business that starts. 22,000 jobs in a country where there's 330 million people. That's like a scratch that's available. But business is always out there. Business you can always create. So that's mind blowing. So good thing there, son. Always you can have a job, but you always, in my opinion, have a side hustle that you can always create something and become something greater at. I wanted to share what we have a host that's going to be here. Another guest is coming here, more than a guest. The Apostle Craig is going to come up here. I want to share a little bit about him before he comes, but the Apostle is I've known him for almost 30 years of my life. December would be 30 years that he's been a part of my life. The training school that we're going to be sharing with you and talking about how it came into being. With my book came into being because of my interactions with Pastor. He married my wife, married my baby girl. But this 90-day transformation challenge he's going to be talking about, I transformed my family. My son, follows me because he let what I learned, I gave to him, and I got it through the school that we're going through, and it's been just a tremendous blessing to learn. So this new challenge that he's sharing, it may be new to some, and it's still new to me, even though I'm hearing it again. But let me just bring Pastor Apostle Craig on. Apostle, let's see, there you are. How you doing
Here.
today, sir?
I'm doing great, doing great. Good to be with you, sir.
Yes.
And your wonderful son.
Yeah. So, sir, I put you on the spot like this. So tell us a little about yourself, and so the audience can know more about you, your background, and everything.
Okay, yes. Got married back in 1974. That's when my life had a drastic change. And then before that, I was a drug dealer. You follow me? And God drastically changed my life. Immediately once he changed my life, soon I felt a call to the ministry, which I had never dreamed of, never thought about, never even entered into my mind. But the moment I got born again and accepted the Lord in my life, my whole outlook changed. I went to school to become a barber. So I actually was a barber for 20 years. I was a hairdresser, owned hair salons and things like that. Learned the business of business in the hair industry and things like that. And so I love business. It's always been my heart and things like that. But then once I got born again and I got called to the ministry, God had me to begin to transfer what I'd learned in the business world over into the church, because many people in the churches at that time, they were focused on just having churches. I love church, but the business side of it was not there. And so I really loved that and things like that. But what happened was, I had a very difficult time, getting that to happen. The success I was having in business as a hairdresser for 20 years, I had a hard time translating that into a spiritual life. And so in 1990, I became very desperate. I said, God, I know that I love business, but you called me into ministry, and I understand success in the business world, but how do I translate that? And so what happened was, God put in my heart to go to this school, because I saw people that had 1,000+ members in their churches. I saw people that had multi-million-dollar ministries, but most of the places I was at, they were just struggling to have a chicken that was having bake sales. You follow me? That did not interest me. So I became desperate, and God put in my heart to go to this school, a place that had a multi-million-dollar ministries, a place that had 1,000+ ministries. That is not to put anybody down that's not there. That's just a dream that God put in my heart. I went there for 3 years. I spent 3 hours a day in this particular school, hearing the word, get understanding of the word for 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. After doing that for 3 years God gave me a vision, an assignment. Take what you've learned now back to Arizona and equip people in those areas. First of all, there was a ministry training institute that we had, and that's what Dr. Joe became a part of. And then all of a sudden, when I got the Ministry Institute, and I began to apply the spiritual things that I learned in the things of God, but also the business principles, our church went from about $50,000 a year to over $5 million a year in about 6 years. We went from about 50 members to over 1,500 members in about 6 years. And so I became totally convinced that what we need more than anything else is transformation. It's getting around people, because you cannot expand beyond what you're exposed to. And so that just really burned in my heart when I began to start seeing that. And so that's how I started the ministry school that Dr. Joe's a part of. And then one day I had a vision. I said, you know what? We need to actually do something in the area of business. And that's when I talked to Dr. Joe, and we actually started the Business Institute, where we trained them. We have those same biblical principles, but now put them into business. And Dr. Joe, you did such a wonderful job in the business school in those areas. I started the ministry school over about 30 years ago. We trained probably over 2,000 students throughout Arizona and America. We trained over about 10,000 students throughout Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Nigeria, all over the world now, as a result of me making a decision to get trained and to go around people that helped me get there. So that's a little bit of my history. I've been married for 50 years. I mean, got about 6 kids, about 20 grandkids. I'm living the best life today. And so, Joe, that's living my history.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you know, going through MTI, I remember I used to sit in the front row because I wanted to. You talked a lot about biblical prosperity, and I
Yes,
wanted to gain a lot from that because you know I'm licensed and as an investment advisor for the past 30 years as well, and I wanted to get exactly what God was sharing with me about finance and about God's way of doing things, and that my life was being changed when I came to Zeus and everything. So you wrote the forward in my book, you know,
yes,
Joe. So a lot of what we're going to share is just from the forward and then what you're doing there. So in my book, I talked about how religion influence economic decision making that people have.
definitely so.
And,
Definitely so.
right, and so there was an intersection there about biblical principles and then practical financial literacy and
Yes,
how it comes out. So there's a spiritual, personal, and then there's a leadership transformation that needs to take place. So what's something like that that's happening, that's going to happen in that 90-day challenge that's going to be starting? You said September 15th.
yes, September 15th. Yes.
So what type of transformation in that perspective that you think will be offered in that class?
Well, one of the things I was praying about a few months ago, God, I said, for some reason, I mean, of course, I've trained students around the world, but there's a scripture in the Bible that says when a student is fully taught, he'll be as his teacher, which is the goal of any teacher, you know what I mean, to really be able to pour what you have, your experience to others. But I was saying, I said, for some reason, I'm not seeing the type of change and the success overall. You know, we have yourself, we have Dr. Jerry and other people that, you know, that took it and ran with it. But as far as what I believe that I should have been able to do, I said, God, I says, I'm not getting the results that I believe that we should have because I know what happened to me when I went through the training. And then the Lord put in my heart, he says, the reason why you're not getting those results because you're not training the way you were trained. In other words, we went through 3 hours a day finding total transformation. You know, not a casual learner. Are you following me? But I was desperate for results. I was desperate for a transformation, both in my personal life. I was desperate for in my financial life. And so I said, God, and so God put in my heart, he says, if you will train people the way you were trained, you'll get better results. In other words, people thought that I just kind of like came out of nowhere, you know, boof, it was just good luck. No, it was a result of a transformation. So what God put in my heart, do a 90-day transformation. And put people, what we would call, align them with purpose, align them with biblical principles, align them with business principles for 90 days. They said 90 days, people can transform a whole other person. Now, 90 days is not the end, but it will align you with the track to get there. So in this 90 days, what normally we would do in a 3-year period of time, you know, doing one class a week, we're going to be doing 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, and pouring all of the MTI classes in there. But then in that last 90 days, that last 30 days, we're bringing you and Jerry in for the business side of it.
Okay.
And we're going to be having a mastermind so that we can, whether people decide they're going to become a minister or an entrepreneur, we're going to have classes designed for that, mastermind classes, mentorship, to make sure we get there, because I don't know about you, Joe, but you know this too. Mentors are important to us.
They are.
So in that 90 days, that first 60 days is going to be total fun. You know what I mean? They just renewing the mind, transformation. That last 30 days, we're pulling in the advanced school, and we're putting in the business institute. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. You're Dr. Craig. Now, when I came to Zeus, I was just regular Joe, because I was a firefighter. But I ended up Dr. Joe. And son, could you share
about? I'm sorry.
What's your endeavors? What are you doing in school wise?
So currently I'm pursuing my doctorates in business administration.
Yeah, so he's getting a doctorate. And what do you do? And what do you do? What do you do for a living?
I'm an instructor at a
teacher.
I teach computer information systems.
CIS. So you got that already, Pastor. You did it.
Yes.
And outside of your family.
I want to see more of you all come out like this.
Yeah.
In other words, I want to up the percentage of people
Yeah.
that are doing it, that if a person applies certain principles in their lives,
Mhm.
these kind of results can happen.
'Cause
So
he was a little
I
boy.
love that.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I remember.
All
I
right.
love
So
it.
as
I
we
love
look, yeah, as we look towards remember back in 2007, 2009 when the financial crisis hit, uh,
Yes.
that was I mean, it was a rough time, and there were some strategies back then that didn't go as well as we wanted to, but there were some lessons from that we
Oh,
gained.
definitely so.
So translating those lessons uh, to now to the promises that we will learn in this new 90-day challenge. Um, how does that look? How do you see that coming about?
Well, what I found out is that nothing has been wasted, even what people consider failures. I mean, those are lessons learned that get us to the next level. And what
Uh-huh.
we and because when 2008 came around, 2007 came around, I had never been through that type of crisis before. You know what I mean? And so I ended up making some decisions that I should not have made. But in those areas, which what we're providing now is mentorship. Someone else could have helped us to navigate through a lot of those things. And the whole point now is that we provide the mentorship, which what we need. That when a 2007, 2008 come, we got people that are navigators that say, "I've been there, done that. This is how you can get through that a lot quicker." So I think that this whole program is going to introduce to many people. People never had a real mentor before, that helped them to navigate through situations. People never really had a mastermind that people, like for instance, all three of us got a mind. I got a doctor, you got a doctor, Joey got a doctorate. Can we help someone that's maybe in high school or someone that's having challenges in college?
Yeah.
We can say, been there, done that. This is how you get through that. You follow me?
Yeah.
We can add speed to what Meta took of people, and what some people are calling failures when they get up. We can help them turn it into a lesson to get to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I really believe in those areas that, is that that's how we can apply. Now you're no longer Joe, you're Dr. Joe. Now you got Joey become a Dr. Joey now. That's what I said. I believe God raises us up to put these things together like this to help people. That they don't have to, that what people call failure and they give up. I want to be able to tell them this is not give up time. This is just learning time. And this is how you get to the next level. So that's kind of what I see. This 90-day.
It's going from study, teach, and transform.
You got it. Yes.
Study to teach to transform. Because I mentioned earlier, I was talking about how they had a recent job reports came out where it was only 22,000 jobs created in the whole country.
Yes.
Well, we got 330 million people in the country, but only 22,000 jobs. That means a lot of people ain't got nothing to do, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's downtime, so what do you do in downtime? You prepare for opportunity.
You got it. Yes.
This is the time to actually go prepared. So this is the time that you go get more knowledge, go get more information. You do more studying, you do more teaching, so you can transform for the next opportunity when it comes along. You got to get ready.
That's right.
You got to get ready. And if you don't get ready, and then you don't get, when it's busy, you ain't got time for it. When it's like now, you're sitting there, you need to get ready. This is get ready time. September 15th is get ready time.
And this is designed to get people exposed to that. When you're going to get the knowledge, the understanding, but enough to move you into action. And that's the whole purpose behind this. And like I said, one of the things that I've seen when I've been in school is sometimes one of the worst things something we can do, but I'm not against it, but to use the word graduate, meaning that I graduated. Some people use that to say, I ain't got to study no more. You follow me? That means, wow, I'm finished with learning. No, the purpose of school is to get you aligned with success, aligned with habits. You follow those areas. And so I'm here now. Let's go to the next. So that's the whole point in this September 15th transformation is to get people properly aligned with and tracked for whatever level of success God has for their lives. You're going to be
Right.
tracked with the right information, also the right connection with the right people that are not afraid to help you get there. That's what
Right.
it's all about. And that's this 90-day transformation God put in my heart is going to align people with and track people with what it takes. For me, I believe there's a lot of millionaires out there that are just waiting to be birthed out. If I'm
Yes.
waiting for someone to mention them in those areas. And my goal is to help, reach out to those. Everybody gonna become a millionaire. I understand that. But
Right.
whatever level God has for you, my goal is to reach out to people that are hungry, people that
Yeah.
are thirsty, people that say, somebody help me get there. I spent the first 15 years of my ministry struggling like that because nobody was there for me. I didn't have the information. And I couldn't be, and I did my best, man. I would pray so hard sometimes, and my shoes have holes in them. You follow me? But I've been getting no results. So that's the
Right.
point of the information, is to get people aligned and connected and informed to be transformed in those areas.
Right. Right. Okay. So, son, you have a thought? You have a thought there? You want to share a question?
You were mentioning about a lot of jobs disappearing, or would you say is that what you were saying, that a lot of jobs are leaving?
Well, it was only 22,000 folks that got hired, and
Okay.
we live in a country where it's 330 million.
I see that as an opportunity.
Yes.
Looking at it from a business perspective and an entrepreneurial perspective, there's a lot of vocational trades and things that people need to keep people not only working, but to help people maintain their property, like lawn. I'm talking about like lawn care,
Yes.
general maintenance, and I see housekeeping, and then even with the I would say even barbering. I mean, there's some
Yes.
trades that are not going away, and other people, it can help people if they don't want to do that full time. At the very least, they could supplement their income part time doing it.
Yeah.
So it's just opportunities and training people to do that work.
Yes.
And so I just see it as opportunity. People are looking for work, and for some people that are like business minded, it's an opportunity to help align those people in those areas. So those are my thoughts on it.
I love it. That's great.
Okay. So there's a question there. It says talks about theory and time, son.
Okay. Trying to follow along here. I apologize. Okay, so Dr. Craig notes that your work is based on time-tested facts that are working in his life. Should you share a personal example or core strategy from your own financial journey that exemplifies the practical, proven advice found in your book? And how does the 90-day transformation challenge guide participants to achieve similar, tangible results in their own lives and ministries?
Okay, that question's for me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yes. Can I repeat that just a little bit more? Give me the gist of that question.
Okay. Just needed you to share a personal example or core strategy from your own financial journey that exemplifies the practical advice found in the book. And how does your 90-day transformation challenge guide participants to achieve similar results?
Oh, yes. My challenge, like I said, for the first 15 years, well, let me say this. For 20 years, I was a hairdresser. And I always say exposure brings expansion. I started off, we cut hair for like $2.75 a head. This is back in 1972.
Mm-hmm. It's $40 now.
Oh my God. Yes. Big difference. And so what happened was, I'm gonna use the hair industry for a moment. So now, by the time when I got out of the hair industry back in 1990, when I went full-time ministry, in 1993, I went to full-time ministry. I got exposed to Jerry Watkins. Okay, I go to Jerry Watkins, and he's charging $80 a haircut. This is back in what was about 1997, around that time, Dr. Joe, something like that, 98.
Yeah.
He's charging $80, and I'm feeling very insecure about it, because how in the world, this is back then, are you charging $80 a head? He says, why not? And I'm thinking, because I was working in South Florida at that time. I've been working basically with African Americans. You know, and I got back at that time we was like a $15 an hour. You know, man, that was really high for us at that time. Go up from $2.75. But then, you know, the thing is, his salon was right next to what's the high level store? Not Dillard's,
It was
the one that
Scottsdale. Yeah.
yeah, in Scottsdale, in a mall in Scottsdale, Arizona. And so in that right where in that section he was at, it was known for people to pay high prices. At his salon, so sometimes the environment you're in was important. That was number one. For him, because of the environment he was in, he had never been in a hair salon that only charged $15 an hour. I'm coming from hair salons that $15 an hour, we maxed out. So sometimes what my journey was this is getting exposed to someone that what makes what I'm thinking is powerful to them is normal. You follow me? His hair salon was each one. He has 6 hair salons. Each one of them doing $1 million a year. That blew my mind, coming from where I came out of. So that lets me know that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So his thoughts was, you know, I'm having a hair salon. I'm gonna make $1 million doing this. My thought was, have a hair salon, make a living. You know, both of us, you know, we can exchange hearts. We can, you know, we got 2 ears, one eye, 2 eyes. The difference was what we'd been exposed to. Information, number one. Mm-hmm. Information was something that he was exposed to. I wasn't. My information was, you know, $2.75, $15 an hour. His information was let's get his next. No, it was Nordstrom's. Let's get to Nordstrom's and let's get into a mall and where we can charge $80 a haircut. Now his sons are charging over $100 a head. Yeah. You follow me? All what you expose to information. Number two, understanding. You know, in other words, my understanding. If you would ask me, from my understanding, what's the price of a good haircut back then? I would say $15 because of my environment. We're educated through information, how something has been historically applied, culture. You follow me? So the culture you're in, the how that business has been historically looked at, from my perspective, it's how we think. So I had to get around people that thought differently, you know, and I started hanging around Jerry. You follow me? Yeah, because I'm a hairdresser too, you know. So that changed my mind. So I would say environment number one. Number two, number one, information. Get information about where you want to go, because there's somebody got information where you want to go. Number two, understanding from the perspective of a person that has been there, that can help you get there. That think what was a dream to you, $1 million hair salon. Oh my God, how is that happening? And yet he has 150 employees and 6 places doing that. So I had to come out of that mindset. So mindset is very important. I had to get a different mindset. And then action. Beginning to put that thing into action. Said, this is what, man, I'm going to do. I'm going to make this thing happen. But by the time I got ready to do that in the hair salon, God got me back in church and all. So I had to get back in church again and do it in ministry. I took the same principles in ministry, information. I had been around people that were selling chicken and having bake sales, real broke churches. I got new information from people that said $1 million ministry is my norm. Really? I've never been around that before. 1,000 member plus churches is my norm. Never been, but see, information, branch expansion. And then I had to get around a new culture, because all the culture I had ever been in was broke, let's struggle, this is normal for us. But their culture was, you know, why can't you have $1 million? Why can't you do it at $1 million level? And so I had to change that culture, change my environment, change the people I was with, change who I listened to and things like that. And then from the 3, put what I learned from them into action. And you put it into action. Sometimes we got big dreams, but we're around little people. We're sharing our big dream with little people. So you got to get a good dream in your heart that's big, that God put in your heart, and get around people that's dreaming at that level and doing it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that's been my track through this whole time. And,
You know what? With my son, he has four. It was four heads in his house. He's got three boys and himself.
Mm.
So he's
Yeah.
multiplying those haircuts.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
cutting hair now.
Yeah. But can you imagine though, back in 1972 when I started out, use my $40 haircut would have been totally out of my line. I wouldn't even think that's even possible. You follow me? And even when I got out of the hair industry, we was at $15, $20 an hour. You know, I thought that $80 an hour was impossible until I went and exposed myself and said, this is happening. This is happening, and people are doing it. You know, I didn't think people would pay that kind of money, but the salon was packed with people.
Right.
So
And I'm a little familiar with Jerry's story. It is very inspirational. He'll talk about how he'll grow. You can grow to like a $5 million hair salon business. So,
and see, that's the thing that this whole 90-day thing is this. That's why I'm bringing your dad in as one of my instructors. I'm bringing Jerry as one of my instructors because I know how they think. And, you know, I mean, that's why we all get along so well because we all good thinkers like that. And so, matter of fact, when I listen to Dr. Joe, your dad's phone sometime, he says, what do you say that your deal said you're making phenomenal people have phenomenal
success. Achieve phenomenal success.
Yes. So I like that. See, so that's what I'm saying is that this 90-day challenge is designed to expose people to people like your dad and like Joe, myself, and anybody else that God has put in those areas, and giving them a way to make it happen, making it normal that your dream is not out of pocket.
Right.
That's my whole part.
Gotta have the determination. Okay. We reached the end of our time here. I'm gonna go and place you guys in the background for now. And you know we have to do this again, Pastor. We'll do this again.
I'm available. I love it.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna place you in the background for now, and let the audience go. But we'll come back again. So hold on, okay? All right. I'll put you guys in the background for now. Hold on. All right. So I know we had great information. I hope you heard some good things. I meant to tell you at the bottom of the screen was mti.com. Let you know the dates for when the school was going to run. Remind you, you can download the book, Sapphire Edition of Joseph Building Financial Legacy. Remember, literacy lasts a lifetime. Legacy lasts for generations. Also, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. You can download the Actionable Money app. Do that. All right. So again, go to to register for MTI. You go to the website, and the website is mtiinternational.org. The classes start September 15th, 2025. You know what? Hold on. Let me one moment. Pastor, is this website correct? mtiinternational.org?
Yes, sir.
Okay. September 15th. Okay.
Yes, September 15th. Yes.
All right. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. All right. So go there, make sure you register. And for today, thank you for being here. We look forward to seeing you again next week. And always remember to stay tuned, stay informed, and stay on point. And we'll see you again next week. Same bad channel, same bad time. Have a good weekend.